Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Web Toddler. My name is Vishesh and today we will be learning about Flutter Date Picker. So what this date picker does is when you click on this button, floating action button, it pops up a date picker and I can select the date. So let's say I've selected 10 June. When I click on OK, so the date is displayed here. Similarly, if I want to change the date, I can simply go. So you can also see that these are the dates in future are not visible to me. When I click this, I can select the today's date, but I cannot select the date in future because I have configured it that way. So I'll show you how to configure it, what is to be done, and when I click on it, so you can also see a little tool tip that comes above it which tells you pick a date. So right, so this is pretty much the code of it, and we have used an Intel package. So Intel package is the one that helps us format this date. Right, so if you simply want the complete code for it, you can simply go to the description below. There's a link that you can go to. You can get that code for yourself. You can simply copy paste it but if you would want to know how this thing works, so just stay with me for a little while longer, and this will be a short video. This will not take much time. So yes, let's start. So I'll not create the whole boilerplate. What I'll do is I simply delete the function that I've created. So I'll delete this one. I'll delete this one, this line here, and I'll delete the floating action button completely. So this is a very simple boilerplate that will show you what exactly it does is. So there's this material package, and then there is void main. So this is a date time variable that I've declared. I'll show you where, so I can just remove that as well. So and this Intel package will come in handy when we will be displaying the date in the format. So there's this stateless widget which simply returns my material app, and then we go to the home page. So the home page is a stateful widget. So stateful widgets helps us display the changed date when within the application itself the state of the date is changed. And then yes, so it's a future function that is returned. So it's basically a future value that it is returning. So we'll need a stateful widget here. Then there is a scaffold, there is an app bar. So this is an app bar, this is a widget, there's a title to the widget that we have given, that's date picker demo. And then we come on to the next to the app bar is a like the body. So this body is what it is. It has a center, it has a column which is centrally aligned, and then we have a container which is 17 height, and we have given it a little padding as well because the details that you see here in the left and the right corner. So this is the padding that you see here. Then there is a row which displays the text, right? So it's currently empty because we have deleted, and we have a floating action button in the end, so we'll be adding it then. So starting with defining a variable. So we'll be defining a date time variable because we'll be asking the user to select it in the real time, right? Going below, so we have to define a function that basically tells this function will basically tells the system to open a date picker. So date picker is a built-in widget for Flutter. So Flutter again gives us amazing built-in widgets. So this is something that we are using currently, Flutter date picker. So this is function that we create here, show. So if you click, if you just type in show, it will give you certain ideas, and this is the first one that you get. So these are the 4 conditions that you need to fulfill to basically get the show picker rolling. So I'll show you. So the context would be the current context. We can write in context itself. Initial date would be the date that would be the first the date that a user will see. So date time dot now is what we'll be selecting here. Then first date is the date that is the previous most date a user can select. So when I click on date time, and I just need to give an year here. So this year will be for the first day of this year will be the first date, the previous most date a user can select. And the last most date is again the 31st December of the same year that we mentioned here, right? And then we select basically future values. So we'll be giving a callback. So I'll tell you what then does is, when I click on Control Q on my Windows system, register callbacks to be called when the future completes. So when, as in when the future completes, so this will register the callback in the mentioned variable here. So we'll be giving it a variable called picked date. So this picked date, if we'll be checking if picked date is null. If it is null, we'll be just returning the function, that is empty function that will be returning. But if the date is selected, we need to upgrade the state of this variable, and we'll be doing it by setting it equal to pick date. And guys, it's already there. So now our function is ready. Coming to displaying the function, so let's see how we can display the function. So we'll be displaying the text widget here. So we'll check if selected date is equal to null. If it is null, it will display no date chosen. Otherwise, it will display a picked date, which is, so here we'll be using the Intel package. So we'll be providing it with a date format dot y. So now when I type in y, so you'll see the lot of options available here. So you can check for the Intel package on the pub.dev for the same. So this is where the package information will come down. So this Intel, so you type in INTL and you will know where, like, this is a 98 score package and it is developed by Dart development team. So you can rely on pretty much rely on it for pretty much the consistency. So it gives a name, number formatting, and you can read about the documentation here. There are a lot of examples. There are really good examples that you can see here. A lot of option name and right number formatting. So this is the date formatting that you see here. So there are a lot of formats available, YMEAD, so lot, and you can use it to select time as well. Coming back to our application here. So YMD dot format, and now it is asking us for a date time, selected date. So this is the date format, this is we'll be giving it, and we'll also give it a little styling here. So now we have put in we have basically given it a face. Also we have given it a UI as well, wherein it needs to be displayed. Then we'll add a button wherein we need to click before we can access it, before we can see exactly the show date picker, right? So on press, we'll be calling present date picker function. Tooltip, so tooltip will be shows date picker, right? And then we'll be giving it an icon style, icons dot calendar. So yes guys, now we are pretty much done with it. So what we have done is we have created a floating action button which on press will run this function here. So this function is nothing but this function. So it displays a short date picker, and I'll show you I'll stop it and I'll process it again. I'll fast forward it till the time it opens up. So guys, now we have the application ready. So you can see no date chosen. So this is from here. So since we have no date chosen here, so it displays the no date chosen. When I click on this, floating action button displays the date to me, the date picker. So in this version, what I've done is I've kept the last date to be 2022. So it displays the future dates as well. What I can do is I can simply change it to datetime.now, and let's see what change does it make. So guys, it's hot reloaded, and now you see that the future dates are inactive. I cannot select a future date by just changing the last date. So it will complete it restricts me from selecting a future date, and I can go back. I'll show you. Since you have selected an initial date of 2020, so 1st January would be the first date that I can choose. So this, you can see that this is inactive now. I can select 1st of January only. That's the previous most date I can select. So 1/1/2020. Now when I click on this floating button for a while, like I long press it, so it shows date picker. So it's basically a long press on the phone itself, so it displays what this widget does. So this is pretty much it, guys. I can show one more thing to you. So guys, this is one more thing that I can show to you is that I can change the format here. YM this. Let's see what difference does this make. So you can see that now the formatting of the date has changed. So now the month comes in text, and there's no slash here, there's a comma. So January 1, 2020, I can select a new date from this. July 1, 2020. Right, so you can try with different versions of this, different formatting. You can select for yourself. You can go through the Intel README docs and check for yourselves. And this is pretty much it, guys. And I hope this video is of help. If you like the videos, do leave a thumbs up to me, and also subscribe to the channel if you are new here. It helps me to basically give you a lot of good videos. It boosts me up. So see you next time with another video, and thank you so much for this one.